Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we headed off into the post-game where we started the Alexander raid sets. We did the Gordius, which was the first of, I believe, 3 different tiers of Alexander. We're off to the next tier. So, Round Rocks, what do we have for me? Rearmed. Round Rocks thinks long and hard on what to do with precious glowstone. It is most favorite treasure of Round Rocks, but glowstone is also what Midas seeks all this time, and has already brought Round Rocks 3 whole years of joy. So Round Rocks decides to give it to Midas, so she can be happy too. So for now, Round Rocks entrusts the treasure to Uplander to give it to Midas at next meeting. Even the Midas gobbies dare not to try to take glowstone from Mighty Uplander. Thanks, buddy. I'll take good care of your glowstone. Round Rocks not know where Midas is now, but she often gazes out on giant whirly cogs from Broken Watercross. Maybe Uplander finds her there. Alright. Let's see if I can't find her. There you are. Midas! From afar, the mass of steel has a certain majesty, does it not? But something tells me you didn't come here to share the view. What is it? Round Rocks means to give me the codex fragment? I couldn't possibly accept. She values that stone over the rest of her treasures combined. Yet, it may be safer in the hands of one more capable of defending it. Safer for all concerned. God's lily Illuminati will stop at nothing to get it. Very well, if she feels I should have it, I will keep it in safekeeping for her. Alright. Alas, it is of no more use to me than any other rock. You doubtless recall the moment when Round Rocks first revealed the Codex fragment to us, yes? When she took the stone in her hands, a piece of the Enigma Codex burst forth unbidden in a brilliant flash of light. Yet it had been handled many times by others, yourself included, without ever betraying a hint of the secret contained within. Did you not find that strange? I myself was surprised, albeit for a different reason. The Codex is protected by an arcane mechanism, you see. Only those who share its fundamental principles are able to view its contents. It's rare indeed to find an individual with the qualities required to read it. That Round Rocks possesses such qualities is an unexpected blessing, to be sure, but if the Illuminati were to learn of her secret, she would be placed in grave danger. Even as we speak, they scour the hinterlands in search for their elusive missing piece, but as far as I know, they still view our friend as a mere collector of misplaced items. For her sake, we must do our utmost to draw their attention away from Big West's shortstop before they take it into their heads to return. And it is for that reason that I mean to leave this place. When the Illuminati learn that I have the fragment, it is my hope that they will focus their efforts on ascertaining my whereabouts. Needless to say, I may not return to Big West's shortstop for some time. While I'm gone, I would ask that you watch over Round Rocks and see that she does not come to harm. You have my thanks, adventurer. You can leave it to me, lady. As I thought, I'm no longer worthy. Worthy of what? Wedge searches for Uplander with much urgency. Uplander must return to Big West shortstop at once. Okay. What was that about? Alright. What does Wedge want from me? There you are, Cessa, and not a moment too soon. The Illuminati are getting ready for something big. Yashtilla reports that Alexander has started drawing massive amounts of ether from the surrounding land. It should only mean one thing. The Illuminati resume their attempts to revive it. And what's more, Backrix reports that the goblins are amassing substantial quantities of explosives and supplies. By all indications, they're building another weapon. In short, it's bad. But it's nothing a bit of strategic thinking can't fix. They say he who strikes first strikes last, and that's exactly what I intend to do. I devised a plan which should allow us to take the Illuminati unawares, and I'd like you to spearhead the assault. Our rendezvous point is to the south on the cliffs overlooking the Thaliag. Vix has gone ahead to scout the area. We shall wait your arrival there. I get hiccups. Alright. Where are we going? Cecilla, good to see you. I take it Wedge told you the situation. You ready to hit the Illuminati where it hurts? That's what I like to hear. The chief will be here soon, and then we can get things underway. Does it look like it's sinking, or is it just the camera? Bloody hell, it's evident Y'shtola. No one told me you were coming. An etheric disturbance of this scale demands my personal attention. Judging by the marked fall in ambient ether concentrations, the situation is far graver than I previously assumed. And you're certain that steel monstrosity is to blame? I can see another explanation. The giant's innards are well nigh saturated with ether already. Yeah, I sense something else. An irregular energy coming from within that barrier. Be that as it may, I'm afraid we have more pressing concerns. The Illuminati are up to something, and we mean to hit them before they can put whatever it is they're planning into action. To which end, allow me to introduce my newest and perhaps most astounding invention, the Electro Jammer 3, first of its kind. Why 3? What happened to 1 and 2? Speechless with astonishment, I see. As well as he should be. The high frequency waves emitted by this device will interfere with any and all enemy communications, making it impossible for them to coordinate an effective defense. While working on in our favor, victory is what assured. I see. So, assuming I have understood correctly, you mean you need only to activate this electro jammer of yours, and the Illuminati will be plunged into disarray, affording Cecilla and her friends ample opportunity to take them unawares. Very well. Proceed. Let's see if it actually works. Wedge? Is this supposed to happen? Probably not. Oh, well, it exploded. Great! Great invention, Wedge! Bloody hells. Uh-oh. Oh boy. standing up. Damn, look at the thing, it's massive. God damn, look at it. Looks big, it's bigger than Bahamut's. Okay, it may not be as big as Bahamut, but shit. You've woken it up. Nay, only the left arm stirs. Could the waves emitted by your device have disturbed something within the barrier wedge? It's not my fault. Not to worry, Wedge. With the Illuminati hard at reviving the giant, 'twas only a matter of time before parts of it started springing to life. You just gave him this one little extra nudge. On the bright side, I would see you saved us the trouble of finding another way in. So, old friend, it's time for your customary heroics. The Illuminati are likely all still scrambling to work out what just happened. Before they do, I suggest you hop across the river and show them what you're for. I must needs discuss these developments with Master Matoya. Sid, would you be so good as to accompany me? Your insight may well prove useful. Whee! Okay. Can't remember what this raid set was called. The last set was Gordius. What's this one? What's going on? Oh. Hello. Another core stirs to life. The future unfolds exactly as expected, exactly as written. Uh-oh. Does it foresee me shutting it down? Shit. Okay. Upliner feels shivery shakes. Arm of steel giant is wide open and no Illuminati in sight. Oh, that's not good. It's the Midas, okay. So, while I wait for the queue, off video I went ahead and did the, all of the dungeons that are not linked to story. So Never Read, the Fractal Continuum, Saints Mosianes, Arboretorium, Pharaoh Sirius Hard, Lost City Andapor Hard, Hullbreaker Hard, Gooball Hard, and Somal Hard. So the only dungeons left are the only ones linked to story. And then there's also some trials, the Warring Triad I still need to do, which I will do on video. And I have to do any of those anyway, because I need to unlock Ravana and Bismarck EX, and they're linked to the Warring Triad stuff. But since the Warring Triad has its own little story to it, and plus it's Legatus is in it too. I feel like, you know, that's more enough reason to show it off. All right. So it's been a while that I've done this, so I can't quite remember how this one goes. It's been a while since I did most of the Alexanders. I know how some. I remember how some of them go because I've gotten them in roulettes previously, fairly recently. This one, though, I don't even remember this one, honestly. Once I see the boss, I will probably maybe remember it. Oh. What am I dealing with here? Oh, dance floor? I can't tell if that dialogue is... No, that's dialogue. Okay, I know, I definitely don't remember this. I was about to say, I can't tell if that dialogue is linked to the cutscene or if it's linked to the battle. It's the battle, because it's in that, it was in the little text box. Yeah, I definitely don't remember this. So what's up with the birds? Oh, okay. This is what you need the birds for. Oh, I'm dead. No! That's what you need to go bird form for. And apparently I wasn't the one who fucked it up either. I didn't realize you used swimcast. I didn't do that. This is unnecessary. So many bombs! Mad scientist is dead. How quickly I don't want any of this loot. You can have it all. All for you. Well done, lass. You left those Illuminati smarting and without so much as a scratch to show for it. Now I'm sure you'd like to finish them off, and we would too, truth be told, but I'm sorry to say we have a problem. While Wedge and I were out on the patrol, we saw something. You see, a meeting between Midas and the enemy. Uh-oh. And then she handed the Codex Fragment over just like that. The way she sauntered off back into Alexander with the Illuminati, you'd think that was their plan all along. It certainly looks that way, aye. But we can't rule out the possibility of coercion, considering the parties involved. Foolish uplanders. Treasure Hunter was happy to give Codex. And why not? She makes busy deals with Illuminati ever since the very beginning. And now Illuminati hold all fragments of the Enigma Codex. Treasure Hunters betray Uplander's trust and forfeits their future in doing so. What a load of old bollocks. What doubt does he think we are? Now, Biggs. The Grand Master of the Illuminati said it. It must be true. Everything is as written, as it must be. If the Illuminati are to guide chosen to perfect world, not one piece can be out of place. With this, another page becomes reality. When the Illuminati finds missing piece, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Uh-oh. Goodness me, that government hasn't the faintest idea how Uplander's minds work. I would have prepared to mind that believe that Mighty was a traitor had he not bothered to come here and confirm it. Now I'm inclined to think she isn't. There may be truth to what the quick thing says. Backrick scours over data looking for knowings of what happened 3 years ago. Backrick finds mention of a group of Auri treasure hunters. 3 years ago, a group went to investigate ruins near Thaliac River only to perish and send shivery shakes. 3 years ago, you say? That wouldn't be the earthquake that accompanied the failing summoning of that primal, would it? Bugger me. Are you saying it was the treasure hunters doing the summoning? And that Mighty was one of them? Now, hold on a moment. I'm willing to accept that Mighty may have been a member of this doomed expedition, she being an Auri treasure hunter and all, but I fail to see what interest such a group would have in the ideals of the Enigma Codex, let alone summoning a primal. I don't have I have the picture up, I'm sorry, I just noticed. Such was question Backriggs asked himself. So he spends much time gathering knowings and finds the answer in the book lent to him by Charlene Uplander. Genius technologist who writes Enigma Codex 100 years ago is Ari Zyla with blue hair, exactly like Midas. No! Mighty would never make busy deals with bad gobbies. Roundrock searches for Mighty. Here's truth from her. Roundrocks, wait! Uh-oh. If you're worried about Roundrocks, don't be. Wedge won't let her come to any harm. Just tell her I'm a word. Oh shit, I skipped it. Alright, something about Mighty being innocent. Oh god, I had a long day at work, I'm sorry. It's gonna get longer tomorrow. But anyway, we've got more pressing matters to deal with. Now we're taking back that Codex fragment, pushing into an Alexander before the Illuminati had a chance to shore up their defenses. You ready for another round? Good. The sooner you get going, the better, I reckon. Oh, and when you're in the middle of the beast, be sure to break something for me with that A. Alright. Phase 2. I mean, the bear doesn't exactly stop Alexander. It just stops me from going any closer. Cup of the Sun. I think this is the one I remember fairly recently. Let me tell you, I'm not used to long. Well, let me say it like this. I'm not used to 8-hour. Well, hold on, that's not right. I'm used to 8-hour work shifts, 8.5-hour work shifts and 9-hour work shifts. That's a different story. Like today, I had an 8.5-hour shift. Tomorrow, I have a 9-hour shift, and I'm not looking forward to that. The Power Rangers. Good lord. But yeah, tomorrow I work like 10 to 8. Yeah. I'm thrilled about that one. I think the longest work shift I've had yet. You know, one of these days I'll be able to say, hey, you know, I'm going full-time streaming or full-time YouTube or whatever, and I can actually kiss working in retail jobs, dealing with people. I can, you know, I can kiss all that goodbye. One day. I mean, I'll still deal with people, but not like, I don't have to deal with them in person. I'd rather deal with people in a chat than having to interact with people in person. Technically, you're supposed to stack on when there's 2 cannons, but people just like blow through this. Yeah. Like for high arithmetics, you gotta go low. Low arithmetics, you gotta go high. I haven't mentioned it. It has great music, but I haven't. It's got great music. Assuming you're able to hear it, with all the sound effects going off. Cannot compute. All right. Nice. You can have it all. I don't want it. Ah, Cecily, you haven't seen Round Rocks, have you? I was looking forward to hearing about the new treasure she's found. I see. Well, I will not lie to you. Some of it's true. I did meet with the Illuminati, but that is not the whole story. Allow me to explain. You're saying you handed over the Codex Fragment to stop the Illuminati from coming here and taking it? Yes, but the fragment I handed over to them was not but a stone picked from a pile of rubble. The true Codex is here, safe and sound. Oh. Deceived him. Smart girl. Ha! I bloody knew Quick Things was lying. But he told her he'd been working with the Illuminati all along. Load of old bilge, the lot of it. I am afraid not. Quick Things told you true. In fact, it was I who first taught the goblins how to summon the primal. I meant only to use them for my own ends, of course, much as I did you. The author of the Enigma Codex was an ancestor of mine. The creation of the so-called perfect world proposed within it has long been the goal of certain members of our tribe, myself included. For years we strove in secret to realize its high ideals, free of the twisted elitism which seems to infect the Illuminati. During that time, there was one who served as our leader, a man who made us believe that a perfect world was within reach, a man with whom I fell in love. I wished for nothing more than to see his dreams come to fruition. Oh. So blind was my devotion, I agreed to help him summon a primal without second thought. The danger to our lives never even crossed my mind, but on that day, 3 years ago, I came to know the folly of our mission. In an instant, the infernal machine laid waste to our hopes, snuffing out the lives of my companions, and the man I loved was dragged into its core. In the last desperate attempt to make right our mistake, I called forth the barrier with which to seal Alexander. At that moment, however, the Codex is shattered and the Colossus vanished without a trace. When the dust settled, I found myself surrounded by the broken fragments of the Codex, the cold, accusing remnants of our dream of a perfect world. Ooh, Round Rocks! We were fools to think only for the future. I did not realize until my friends were gone, by the time we spent on a journey together, pursuing a shared dream, those moments were as precious as any paradise we could have hoped to build. It's a sad tale, I'll give you that, but it doesn't explain why you had the Illuminati summon the primal, or why you had us help you infiltrate it. After everything you've been through, you can't seriously think any good will come for reviving Alexander. You all but said you so much yourself. Good has nothing to do with it. Understand, I did not act out of any lingering adherence to my old ideals. I simply wanted to see him again, and perhaps walk to the ends of the world with him. Him? Midas cannot mean Alexander. Not Alexander itself, but the soul I believe still resides within. Soul of Uplander sleeps in giant machine? Never has backward heard such nonsense. Mighty must abandon this. No, that was not the time. I've got one more question to ask you. What happens when all the codex fragments are brought together? Alexander was born from hearts that yearn for a perfect world. The writings of the Enigma Codex inspire such a desire, but they are more than just collections of texts. The codex can also be used to control the primal. To be precise, 2 elements are required: a complete Enigma Codex and one capable of reading it. When both are present, Alexander can be commanded to transport its residents wherever they choose. I myself was once able to read the Codex, but those days are long gone. Now the fragments are as dead to me as the stones beneath my feet. There is another, however, to whom the Codex still responds, one we all know quite well. Round rocks! Wait, what? Round rocks? Are you saying that little girl is the key to controlling a bleeding primal? Round rocks! Round rocks has been captured! Uh-oh. Great! She just had to run off on her own, didn't she? Curse me for a fool. Should have known better than to underestimate the Illuminati. I assumed the missing piece in their plan was the Codex fragment, but they were talking about round rocks all along. We must mount a rescue, now without delay. To the Illuminati, she's no better than a cog in that monstrous machine. It's like that she is being held somewhere in or close to Alexander's upper body. Continue to push to the left arm while the Illuminati are distracted while I search for a way forward. Okay. What did you say? The arm of the sun? Okay. Arm of the Father. Arm of the Sun. Okay, this is the one I've done recently. Party splits up here, so usually 4 go on one side, 4 go on the other. It's ideally not go the route, which, okay, let's not go that way, let's go this way. Ah, both tanks are over here. You're supposed to, normal mains, you're supposed to have 1 healer, 1 tank, and 1 DPS over here on each side. God damn, this is inside of this thing, too. The black cat. Oh, is the man himself gonna fight me? Good, I can put an end to this. I'm surprised they're waiting for me, honestly. I would have expected them to start the fight already. Been thrown in jail. Noah, hurry, Scuttles! To laugh at Uplander Doom. Quick glance. Next execution, more laugh-worthy. Alright, guy, whatever you say. Oh, good. There goes like half the group. Oh, no, only two. Figured to be a lot more than that. My MP! Where you going? He's running away with a coward. Oh, never mind. He blew up. Oh, that was easy. Upliner sends quick things scurrying. Illuminati think twice before threatening us again. Upliner is nearly through left arm. Next, Upliner must push forward into inner parts to save Round Rocks. Congratulations on your victory over Quick Thinks. While you were busy dismantling this flying machine, I finished charting Alexander's interior. The chamber you reached is situated in the innermost part of the left sector, which means your next aim should be... Backrick does not trust Treasure Hunter. 3 years ago, she summoned Metal Giant. Backrick wonders she still wishes to finish mission of dead comrades. I do not blame you for doubting me. Truth be told, my former mentors often stressed that were the unthinkable to happen, it would be my burden as the youngest to carry on their work. But building the Codex's perfect world was their dream, not mine. I only borrowed it. As long as I was with those I held dear, I could happily have devoted myself to any cause. Seeing their passion, their joy, that was what filled me with resolve. And it was that which drove me to collect the pieces of the Codex. All the talk of learning and raising of justice and perfection meant little to me in itself. I sometimes wonder why I was able to read the Enigma Codex in the first place. Maybe it was because my youthful mind was a blank slate, receptive to any ideal if put convincingly enough. In the end, of course, it didn't matter. The primer took my friend's passion, their joy, and their idealism, and ground them into dust. Though I survived, my commitment to the cause did not. But simply, I had no need for a perfect world without them to share it. So believe me when I tell you I did not seek Alexander's return to realize the dreams of the dead. Oops. I only wish to see him again. Meaning your leader. The section of Alexander you've been exploring is called Midas, after a king from a legend of Eld. Midas entreated the gods for a finger that would turn all it touched into gold, and the gods duly obliged. But in his carelessness, he transformed the one he loved most in the world into a lifeless golden statue, and thus the thing he coveted became his undoing. So it was with me in mind. Had we but paused for a moment to consider the means and not simply the end, my friends would still be alive. But we did not, and they are gone. My only remaining wish is simple. I speak with the man I love. To speak with the man I love once more. If I could do that, I would be satisfied. There. I have told you everything. Assuming no one else wishes to question my motives, I would speak of Round Rock's rescue, as was my original intent. Now, listen well. Alexander is divided into 3 sections, each powered by an independent core. You have already fought your way through the innermost part of Midas, the left arm. The core lies only a little way beyond, but you may be sure that the Illuminati have deployed the bulk of their forces to defend it. Hold on a minute. Why would they choose to keep Round Rocks there? The cores are just power sources. You're correct, and the answer is they wouldn't. Round Rocks is most likely being held within Alexander's upper body, but the Illuminati have locked the entrances from either arm, making it impossible to enter. Our only choice is to stop the core, and doing so, stopping Alexander. I see. Why, that's actually rather clever. The Illuminati need Round Rocks to control the Primal, but if it can't move, there'd be no need for her. At the very least, they'll have no choice but to keep her safe until the primal is working order again. Activating those cores would have used every crystal the Illuminati had. If we destroyed the second one, I doubt they'll have enough to get them operational again. The uplanders think Metal Giant can be toppled. Alright, we got a plan. Plan of action. Treasure Hunter truly believes Soul of Lost Love sleeps in Metal Giant. Badness. Go with Midas deep into Midas and deactivate the second core, but do not underestimate the Illuminati. Day and night, they bring supplies and steel in Fortress. Backwards suspects the Illuminati are tinker making new weapons. Alright, let's see how long this queue is gonna be. It's the last one for this great set. Oh, average time. Oh, wake me up when it's queue time. Ugh. Look at this thing. Bird of the Sun, this is probably one of my favorites of all of Alexander. The music is so good here. where it gets good, the music. It's really Power Rangers. Into the sun. That music's so good. I love that music. Boom. Gone. Alright, another core, the Midas knot. The second core, I do believe. Once that's out of commission, Alexander won't be going anywhere. Can't they just, like, reactivate the core? Dan, whether I could see you once more. Farewell, my love. He's alive! You! How did you escape being blown up? Uh-oh. You don't scare me. Do you know how many of you have killed already? Too frightened to face this alone, I see. Not that I blame you. We all know what Sussa did to you last time. To usher in future that has been writ, even strongest Gabi must sometimes pretend to be weak and let enemies win. Oh, pretending, were you? I suppose losing this core was all part of your plan. Don't make me laugh. You know as much about the future as we do. Quick Things knows all. For example, Quick Things knows one among uplanders carries true fragment of Enigma Codex. Seems the game is up, Biggs. There's no hiding the truth from Quick Things. Very well, I admit it. I have the fragment, but I won't be handing it over for the likes of you. Oi, what? Didn't you hear him? He knows all. Which means he knows that you're carrying a worthless rock, while I've got the genuine article tucked away in me small clothes. What's going on here? Quick Things already knows the conclusion of Uplander's childish games. He's coming for me. Eh? What's he waiting for? Long ago was the outcome decided. Uplanders think they are victorious, but luck is no friend for them today. What? My rock! And now the Codex belongs to the Illuminati. All pieces fall into our hands. Oh. Why didn't you keep the rock in your pocket? As far as I can make out, the thing's in good working order. No damage, no signs of tampering. I can only think it was an energy fluctuation that did it. Just bad luck. Bad luck? You're saying it was pure chance that the platform stopped at that exact moment? Then what about Quick Things? There's no way he could have predicted something like that. The author would be infinity small. Infinity small. Infant small? Fuck. Well, however he did it, the fact remains he did. But that doesn't mean he would have to stand for it. When someone takes something from you, you just have to take it back. Alright, we're out of here. Do Uplanders forget something? Imagine too urgent for such foolish doings. What? Tongue flaps of Uplander make backwards almost to laugh. Uplander claims already to have stopped core and lost fragment to Quick Things. Look here, Uplander. Backwicks' brain case like a steel trap, catching all heard things, all seen things, and he saw Uplanders leave a few moments ago. Backwicks said something is amiss. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? We got doubles? Backwicks is certain that Uplanders left for Metal Giant only moments before returning. He watched Uplanders disappear over a horizon with two eyes. But it is impossible to return so with if Uplander's tale is true. Why, treasure hunters also make such claims. Backwicks does not know. Go, Uplander, trade tongue flaps with Midas and together think of explanation. Have you been able to make any sense of Backrickus' account? According to his version of events, we would scarcely have had time to reach the core, much less shut it down. But we were all here. We all know what happened. Are you sure he's not just confused? Maybe he got lost in all that data of his and forgot the time. I'm afraid not. That is, unless the goblin standing watch near Alexander was also confused. His reports corroborate Backrickus'. No, something else is going on here. I'm sure of it. The question is, what? If we assume for a moment that the goblin's accounts are true, then hardly any time has passed since we entered the barrier around Alexander. Time stopped? Impossible. Impossible? You mean like Quickling's predicting exactly what was going to happen in the core room? I hate to say it, but maybe he wasn't talking out of his arse. Time doesn't work the same in there. Maybe he saw a future. There may be another explanation for that. There is a device deep within Alexander capable of performing complex mathematical calculations. It is not outside the realm of possibility that could be used to predict the outcome of simple events. Using mathematics to predict the future. Now, even if I could believe that, it wouldn't explain his business of Backrickus. Biggs is right. Perhaps the presence of the primal somehow disrupted the flow of time within the barrier. It's only a theory, of course, and a far-fetched one at that, but it might go some way towards explaining recent events. To be clear, you're implying that the Illuminati are aware of this temporal disruption and have been using it somehow to gaze into the future? Very well. If you're willing to accept that, why not go further? Might it not be the case that they found a way to bend time to their will? By moving back and forth in time, the Illuminati could effectively manipulate the present however they saw fit. They would never remain one step ahead of us. They would ever remain one step ahead of us, our every effort doomed to fail from the first. Now that's a sobering theory, but it's still only a theory, right? There's no point in panicking just yet. Wedge, give the chief a call on your link pearl, why don't you? If anyone knows how to untangle this knot, it's him. Chief, it's me. It's about Alexander. We've noticed something strange about time inside the primal. What? No, not our time. No, not our time inside the primal. The time. I mean, time itself. Chief, it might be best if you just came here. We'll wait your arrival. Oh no, wait for Sid. Hate waiting for people. Is that a heated debate I heard? You're here. Boys, you started without me. Now, what was it they were saying over the link pearl? Something about running out of time? Sid insisted that I accompany him, though I would have come even if I had not. As I take it in turn for the words, I gather. Oh, you have no idea. You hear that noise? You can say that again. If the fluctuations are akin to those I observed shortly before the primal's awakening, the absence of a functioning core is forming is dissipating, albeit slowly. Shtola, would you mind lending me your goggles for a moment? It can't hurt to have a second opinion. Oh. What, in 7 hells? The ether pouring from the primal is flowing backwards. It's a time of reflowing passing in reverse. That cannot be. Such a phenomenon is wholly without precedent. Knowing so little of this primal's capabilities, however, it would be remiss to discount the possibility outright. It is as we fear. Then at this very moment, Alexander could be undoing our efforts to shut down its course. All of our labors would have been for naught. Ah, the treasure hunter whom we heard so much. He seemed unperturbed by our outlandish speculations. Was this perchance the subject of Wedge's communication? Gods help us. If there's any truth to this, it won't matter how many cores we disable. The Illuminati will simply undo any damage we cause. Then what do we do, Chief? How do we even begin to fight something like that? To erase the past, to return to clean sight. Could Dayan have known? Oh no! Round rocks! Uh-oh. Looks like you're missing a lot more pieces. Preparations for restoring the Enigma Codex are complete. Calculations must show a margin of error for future readings at 0.03%. Foolish Gobby, when future is decided there is no error. There is no failure. Listen well, chosen of Illuminati. At last all pieces are in place. No longer must wise suffer the foolishness of unwise. Time has come to backstrike. Inferiors will make way for perfect world or die. Now, restore the Enigma Codex. Now, as Alexander Illuminati to control, soon will cores disabled by Uplanders be disabled no longer. Reverse time! Once power flows to third core, Alexander will be fully operational, and with third core will its true potential awaken. Wings of time will unfurl, and all history will be at mercy of Illuminati. The chosen ones will amend mistakes of the past and reshape the world into perfection. At last, prophecies of Enigma Codex will be fulfilled. And quick things, all thoughts will rule as king of a new world, a correct world. Chosen ones, menders of history, be proud to serve as builders of this paradise. Well, that's not good. That is not good at all. Wedge! No, not you. Not you either. Your soul and the chief have returned to Matoya's cave. Don't worry, between them, they're sure to find an answer to our problems. If it isn't waiting on the shelf in the Australian annals, it'll be some forgotten corner of the chief's brain. You mark my words. And the next time we make quick things, we'll be ready for him. Adventure, there's something I would like to discuss with you, but mayhap it will be best to wait until we're safely back at the shortstop. I will see you there. Okay. Man, you're like right outside. I mean, you weren't that far away. So I suppose I should start by apologizing for everything. Were it not for me, the Illuminati would never summon that infernal machine, or gain the means to control it. And now, Quick Things possesses the power to manipulate time, to foresee the future and erase the past. Oops. I dare not think how he will use it. Return the cores to their former state was but a foretaste. When all three are active and Alexander can traverse both time and space, nothing will stand between the Illuminati and their twisted utopia. We cannot let it come to that, Cecila. Somehow we must find a way to stop them. But first, we must rescue Round Rocks. Of all the innocent victims of this sorry tale, her plight pains me the most. The short shop just isn't the same without her. I hope someone will keep her treasure safe until she returns. Oh no! Alright, that is the end of the Midas stuff. So, I am going to end it here. I got some queue times to get rid of. So, when we come back, we will head out to take on, I believe, the final raid set of Alexander. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you then. Later.